Hey, everybody. This is assignment 11 for information technology. In this assignment, we are going to look at um, text clustering, word clouds, and the hierarchical clustering for this assignment. Kind of want to show you what I went through and some thoughts on a couple of those things. What I want to show you first here that's up on the screen is actually the incorrect way to do it. This was my first attempt at working on this. As you can see, I had a couple different issues going on. Um, Through each one of the videos, they talk a little bit more about additional widgets. I got into the logistics regression and the nomogram. Um, my distances weren't working, and neither was my logistic regression, and also my corpus viewer was having issues. So was able to kind of work around those, but wanted to show you guys it was my first attempt did not go as planned. So my second attempt here went better. So I'll show you what I was working with here. So this is my second attempt, and what we did, make this a little bit bigger. So what I did is I took the corpus viewer, and I had the restaurant review data, excuse me. And then you can view that down here if you need to look at all of those reviews. That's pretty helpful just to see the information. I also inputted the pre-processed text. Didn't change anything in this. The way the widget comes is helpful for what we need. After the pre-processing, what I did is I inserted a word cloud here. So if we click on our word cloud, I actually have one. Oh, I just clicked out of the one I had. So this is the one that I have pulled up here for this word cloud. What is important to note on this is that what I was able to do, what I did incorrectly back here the first time, was that I tried to do a word cloud before I did pre-processing. And as you guys all know from the video and from what happens, if you don't pre-process before you do a word cloud, it still inputs a lot of weird stuff. One of the things I still haven't been able to get done is to figure out how to get rid of the numbers. So as you can tell, there's some numbers over here, and some of those transposed into the actual word cloud itself. Not a lot of them, but enough. 152 is very noticeable. Wasn't real excited about those being put in there, but they are there nonetheless. So I couldn't figure out how to get those out yet, but I will keep working on that as well. Thought the word cloud was interesting. Excuse me. Because what you see in the middle here, great place, service, good, best, back, which probably means we'll come back. What we are looking at on the edges here, some of this overpriced right here, mediocre. Um, there was a couple horrible. That's not a good one. Rude. Let's see. What else do we have over here? Poor. So there's just some words that we want to take note of as a business owner. I would want to know what people are saying, and I would want to know what they're saying those in connection to. So the word cloud gives us an idea. Obviously, the bigger the word, the more recurrences of it there are. As we move from the outer circle more to this inner circle, we still have some bad words in here, worst, but we have some good ones. They're disappointed is another bad one, but we have delicious over here. We have where else do we have friendly? So things are looking up, but we do have some areas that we can improve on. So what I did here is obviously we did the select columns, the bag of words, and then select columns, and then you can view that all in a data table. Again, our liked was taken out, which was very helpful in interpreting this data. And then distances were corrected once we corrected our select columns table. And then we were able to get into the hierarchical clustering, which I have right here. So I apologize, I hit the wrong thing. Hierarchical clustering here. What we are looking at currently, if I can move myself out of the way over here. We have two major categories right now. And I believe what we wanted to do was we wanted to look at 4 clusters. I have 2 right now, so we'll back it up till we get 4. So right now we're into the 2 range. Let's see, there's 2. And then we're going to go up here a little bit further back and see where we can get 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we might have done it. Yep, so we have our 4. So what we're going to do, I'm going to click on this middle one, and then we're going to kind of analyze what's happening in this middle one over here. And you'll click on Corpus Viewer. And now we have our selection. So our selection back there with our viewer was that cluster. And so let's figure out what's happening with this cluster. Let's do this. Selection on the menu was great, and so were the prices. Fives were great. Service was prompt. Food was amazing. So it is interesting in this one. It looks like at first glance that great was kind of the overarching connector here. But then you see right here, poor service here, service sucks. The only redeeming quality of the restaurant was that it was very inexpensive. So we got some mixed in good and bad reviews here. Obviously right here, great brunch spot, delicious. Service is friendly and inviting. And then that's that cluster. Let's look at a different cluster here and see if we can come up with a, let's go with this one here. I'll get rid of this. Would not go back. Definitely won't go back. We'll never step foot in it again. We'll never go back. We'll never go back. Won't go back. This one's easier. This one's easier to tell what was happening. So these are either the I will or I won't be back. We'll definitely be back. Won't go back. Don't go here. I will not be getting food here anymore. So that one's a pretty easy one. Some of them are pretty easy to tell. Let's see what this one is up here. Oops. I gotta pull up our viewer. Let's see if we can come up. So obviously our recurring theme here is good. So they were able to cluster words here for good. One of the nice things about using this text clustering feature is that as you get less and less clusters, you're going to get bigger and bigger results, which are going to be harder to analyze. As we get less and more clusters, we're able to analyze those clusters at a more micro level and not so much of a macro. And so it really helps us in being able to identify what's happening. So like this one here, this is a huge cluster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this cluster from 4. We'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like we have 6. So let's analyze this, and I bet we'll be able to tell. So this cluster here through the viewer, let's see what it says. Could not be happier. Appetizers are good. This place has it. I don't know what they have, but they have it. So good, great. Favorite place in town. I heart this place. This one's interesting. The kids' play area is nasty. I wonder how that one got in there. Interesting. So let's go down here and look at, where are we here? See if we can get some smaller clusters here. Here we go. Let's check this one out. On the viewer, service was fine and friendly. Okay, so friendly seems to be our staff, or friendly seems to be kind of our unifying factor here. So that one is good to know. That would be helpful because you'd be able to tell how your staff is doing. Go back. Let's see if we can get, let's do this. Let's get a lot of clusters. Maybe not that many. There we go. Now we got a lot. I want to check this cluster out and see what's happening here. Good. Okay, so these are usages of the word good. Okay, so let's go back in here again. So it was right around that area. And then let's see what this cluster is. So this is really helpful in kind of mining the data, exactly what we're supposed to do. Never come back, We'll never go back, never come back, never come back. Oh, that's not a good one. Not a great review to have. Let's see here. What is this one next to it? Will not go back, won't go back, don't go here. All right. So the good thing about these clusterings in these bad circumstances is we can actually use these to tell how many times that bad things have been said. So again, let's make these small clusters here. And I want to check out, excuse me. I want to check out this cluster and see what's going on here. Great. Okay, so these are good reviews. Great port, great dinners, great staff. So obviously the word great is showing up in this a lot of times. This is really nice because you're able to just really skim through the data in a way that you wouldn't with all the, I mean, 10,000 reviews or 1,000 reviews is a lot. So to be able to skim through them and tell what people are saying by clustering is a really good way to do this. Again, it takes a little refinement because obviously over here I didn't do it right and had to figure out a couple hiccups. But over on this one, once you figure out how to do it, we were able to get it done correctly. And we were able to kind of make something of the data and interpret it in a way that was meaningful to us and was helpful. And so as a business owner, this would be very helpful for me in setting up how I handled my processes, what people were frustrated with. Obviously, the service theme pops up a lot. You'd want to check on that. You want to check on the quality of the food, things like that. Those are some things that we saw over and over again. So, you know, for now, that's what we'll have in our clustering, and we will attack more of this in assignment number 12. But for now, this was our final canvas with our widgets and our hierarchical clustering, our word cloud, and analysis of the different clusters. So we will end that for now.